Hello, YouTubers. Hello, subscribers. Kisses to all of you tonight. I am upstairs putting up lights, and a little bit is downstairs trying to put up a Christmas tree. We realize that our Christmas tree is not big enough, so we will have to go in and regrow. I don't know. It's just not big enough. It's not tall enough. I'll show you guys in just a moment. I'm sure you would agree. Um, let's get to why I wanted to come on here and chit chat with you again. Sorry for the, yeah, this is me with nothing. And I don't like that. So this must be important for me to just pop on like this. Okay. So I love you guys. Anyway, the reason why I came on here is that I was listening to something as I was putting up the lights. Remember on the docuseries, Meghan and Harry's floppy series, docuseries, whatever you want to call it, when Ashley was on there. And they were talking about the reason why Ashley wasn't invited to the wedding. And they said Ashley wasn't invited to the wedding because the royals, Meghan said they thought it wouldn't look right. And that's why Ashley couldn't come. And so when I talk up to you guys on my channel, I always talk about how Meghan makes excuses, blames, and how she not only blames, but how everything ties up into making someone else look bad instead of it being her. So pretty much she set the scene. How can I use Ashley against her mother and against the royal family? She did a double whammy, because not only did she put Samantha on the spotlight as being this bad mom, as to the reason why she would not even invite her to the wedding. And according to what she said on the on Oprah show, that she didn't even have a sister. But then we're talking about her niece. She didn't have a sister, but she has a niece. I wish I had a sister. That's why I'm so excited about Archie to have, someone he can hang out with. That's why her stories are twisted and they don't make sense, and she lies all the time, because one minute you don't have a sister and you didn't grow up with her, but now you have this bond and beautiful relationship with your niece. So you have to have some type of relationship with your sister at some point for you to have access to your niece. What? She got older and said, "Hey, let's be friends." I don't believe that. I believe the latter. I believe that, like we all do, she had a sister that she no longer claims as a sister, but she does claim her daughter. So on the docuseries, not only did she trash her sister, and unfortunately, nothing in that docuseries could help her with her case, but I beg to differ. Moving on. And so, sorry for the movement. Let me try to be still. And so then she goes on to say, they think it wouldn't be a good idea if you came to the wedding because I'm not inviting your mom or my sister. Who is they? She said, I'm going to say it like she was trying to say it, okay? Or what she meant to say and wanted us to fill it in. Ashley, you couldn't come to the wedding because Queen Elizabeth thought that it would look bad for you to come and not for me to invite Samantha. So I had to just, uninvite you. She never invited her. She called Ashley and gave Ashley that bunch of cockamania and said, I can't invite you. Blame the royals for everything. That was her motive. Blame them. Don't take responsibility. And then if it's their fault, then I'm not the one that looked bad. I'm not the one that didn't invite the family. It was the royal family didn't want me to invite my family. But you are the one that went on the docuseries, Meghan, and told the world that your whole entire family was classless. They didn't have any class. And that you were embarrassed by them, and that's the reason why you didn't invite them. She said that on the docuseries. She said that that side of her family doesn't have class. And it probably wouldn't have looked right or went, whatever. I would have to go back and watch that piece. But she did insinuate and say that one side of her family, I want my sister to know this, Juanita, she told her one side of her family that they wasn't classy enough to attend the wedding. She was embarrassed and ashamed of her father, her sister, and everyone. So then when I was thinking that, I said, well, wow. Then she goes on and she says that at some point, I believe, and catch me if I'm wrong, she was given the opportunity to invite whomever she wanted to. She didn't have a list that a do not invite list to her wedding. She did not have that from the royal family. They didn't give her a list and said, listen, you can't invite any of your family. As a matter of fact, they were concerned in trying to figure out why she didn't invite her family members. And like Samantha said, well, maybe because they were going to be telling stories about Meghan that she didn't want it to share. But check this out. So Meghan puts in our mind that she was limited to her guest list as far as she didn't really have the control to invite these people. She didn't have any control to invite her family members. The queen and everybody else had the control because they are the ones that told her that it wouldn't look right if she had invited Samantha, because she was told that, because she told Samantha that. And that's why Samantha got upset and got really upset with the royal family, because how you don't even know me. In my book, she turned Ashley against the royal family as well. She told, and that's exactly what Meghan's motive is, and that's why I don't care for her, is because her intention is to be nasty and be mean at the end of this rainbow. Why would Meghan put in her niece's brain already trying to defame the family and say, Ashley, as bad as Ashley probably would have wanted to go and be at Meghan's wedding, Meghan came up with that story because she didn't want to invite Ashley. But Meghan tells Ashley that the royal family didn't want her there. I'm going to say that again, because that needs to register. When people are on here, when people are defending this non-royal, I'm going to continue to remind people why she's not a royal. And stuff like this happens. First, she trashed her sister, Samantha. I've done a video on this, but I didn't add this ending, though. She trashes Samantha. Boom, kicked you out. Then, I don't know you. But then, all of a sudden, she do know her because Ashley's on the docuseries defaming everyone, helping Meghan. Everyone that was on that docuseries helped her trash the family, trash and everyone. She helped everyone that was on that docuseries with her, assisted and abetted her with the trashing. And none of them had firsthand knowledge about anything that was going on other than what Meghan was telling them. Like her mother, pure racism, as if she had experienced it on her own. Doria said it was pure racism, as if she saw it, heard it, and was there. And I'm like, oh, okay, so they're going to give us some more examples. I was waiting on some examples. When the docuseries, I didn't switch the story. When the docuseries came out, I was like, I wonder, is she going to have some more examples of the racism? No, she started bringing up dark history, colonialism, and referring. She didn't even talk about the comment, But her mother wanted us to know it was pure racism. And then you can't get away from this bit when Harry was talking about they never said it. Let's go back to the subject. Here's the thing. Meghan's MO. She tells us, wants us to believe she had no authority over who she could invite. In other words, I really couldn't invite you, Ashley, because the Queen and everybody else had said how it would look since your mother wasn't there. Okay? That was said in the docuseries. She said it. That came out of her mouth. Okay? Then, so the Queen said, okay, Meghan, you can invite all these celebrities and don't invite any of your family members. So if you're inviting people and it don't make sense. It does not make sense. She got approval to invite all these strangers, except she didn't get an approval from inviting her family members. She invited George Clooney and he didn't even know her. But here's the kicker with that. She's trying to tell us that, so are you trying to tell us, this is what she's trying to say, the Queen didn't approve of her family. So you're saying that the Queen approved of these celebrity friends of yours that you knew nothing about? It was a lie. It was a lie. You invited the people that you wanted to be at your wedding. And you were not going to tell the royal family was not going to tell you who you could and could not invite. Obviously, we saw the show. You invited anybody that you wanted to, but then you get on this docuseries and you lie. You lie to your niece and tell her that the royal family don't even want her at the wedding. You didn't want her at the wedding. Because if you can invite all those celebrities, I couldn't. If I was the Queen, I would have thought that was strange and weird, and I would have said, Meghan, I would have encouraged her to not invite the celebrities, invite her family. No, Meghan invited who she wanted. She had the wedding that she wanted. I want to really home in on this because it doesn't, once again, it doesn't make sense to me. She never invited her dad. She never invited anyone but her mother. She knew that was what was going to happen. I'm not inviting anybody except for those celebrities. But the dangerous part in this whole conversation is that she wants us to believe that the Queen and everyone over there, all them, didn't want her to invite her Ashley because of the way it would look, because her sister wasn't there. That's how Meghan thinks. That's her philosophy. That's her conversation. That's what she does. That's how she thinks. You didn't want Ashley there. And so instead of taking responsibility and just saying, sit this one out, Ashley, you decided to blame the royal family. It's not my fault, Ashley, that you couldn't come. It was the royal family's fault that you couldn't come. But then you look up and you see all these celebrities and you wonder, now, I know the Queen didn't invite all these people. And these are all Meghan from Meghan's guest list. And so, and here's another thing. I'm sure the Queen wasn't like, oh, no one was sitting around at a table discussing her guest list. And no one was saying this about her mother and Ashley, that drama that Meghan pulls them into. I really believe it. I just call foul on the whole, I couldn't do this. When Meghan did whatever she wanted to do. And if she wanted to invite Ashley, Ashley would have been there. She didn't want her there. And for her to blame someone else, to blame the royal family, and to pin, and I don't know the word, pin, and to have Ashley, have you turn Ashley against the royal family because of some stuff that you concocted. It's a special place down there, girl. It just is. This is 15 minutes. I'm done. I hope I made my point.